honor that they're changing my voice. And I'm not gay. I'm very proud to be heterosexual, to be straight, okay? Especially as various groups harass me, whites, Jews, LGBT, token minorities. We can see we can tell by who owns the corporations, right? The dating sites, the social media sites. Who's more guilty than other people, right? These are owned by whites, Jews, LGBT people. Right? I think Tinder's from Hollywood, by Asians, what have you. No offense to anybody, these are the facts. It's impossible to effectively explain what's going on right now without talking about race and what corporations and race, and what corporations are involved to some degree, right? But also what race has to do with corporate agendas. Okay, they're filming me right now. Okay, I've had some trouble with organization in my phones, okay, because of them hacking and doing things to make it so that I run out of memory before I should. They do something funny there, I see my memory bouncing up and down for no reason. There's things of that nature going on, okay? So we see that white, Jews, LGBT people, Asian people, okay, these rich corporate people are heavily involved in the suppression of free speech, right? Talking about TikTok. When I go on TikTok these days, I get hacked right away. And again, I believe that these people are collaborating together. The evidence screams that. There's no reason to believe that that's not the case. So it's not just TikTok. They're being scapegoated for not being white and Jewish and LGBT, which is part of the global white, Jewish, and LGBT agenda. Pretty straightforward. But they're very much involved, right? I mean, China has a communist party, North Korea, South Korea is in the West pocket. Everyone knows that, what have you. Okay, that's just mainstream politics. So, it's impossible to truly understand politics without knowing that there is a great corporate conspiracy, right? It's a collaboration, concerted effort, whatever you want to call it, between corporations that are corporate partners and, rich racial supremacists, what have you. Nationalists are very much involved. I mean, part of the global conspiracy is nationalism, right? It's not just globalism, it's also nationalism. That's how they use, confuse, and abuse. That's how they divide and conquer, right? The divide between nationalists and globalists. Now, keep in mind that if you all unite for something like child molestation, right, it's fucking retarded. If you unite for white supremacy to take on white supremacy, you've lost already. If you unite for white, Jewish, and LGBT supremacy and cultures to take them on, you've lost. If you unite for falsehood to take on falsehood, you lost already. The only way to truly unite and take them on is for everyone to rally and obey God through me, and those people who aren't religious to realize that that's what moral precision is. That's what a superior moral path is to rally and obey the most righteous person. The Bible says that the Lord is exalted by his righteous acts. So even if you're not monotheistic, you should be looking for someone who's righteous, right? Seek ye first the kingdom and his righteousness. The throne is established in righteousness. Matthew 6:33 and Proverbs 16:12 respectively. Pretty straightforward. Christ in Revelation 19 is waging war over the righteousness, not with English social norms and wearing a suit and being one of the colonial forces that sabotages everyone and says, yes, look at us and look at you people. Oh, rather, how's that going for you? And being some kind of pompous fool, right? And we know for sure there are people of Jewish descent doing this, there's people of white descent doing this, and there's people of LGBT, cultures doing this, right? And there's token minorities, and of them, they call the Asians the model minorities. I mean, you just have to tell it how it is. Some Asians probably not thrilled for me to say what I just said. Some whites, some Jews, some LGBT. Black Freemasons probably aren't thrilled when I say token minorities. But you have to say it how it is. Okay, people are dying all the time. 25,000 plus people starve to death every day, and people die from other things as well. People are raped and drugged. Okay, I'm 42 years old. I'll be 43 years old soon. I haven't had a date since 2017 because I've been telling the truth. And I'll tell you, thank God I haven't had a date since 2017 on the one hand, because if you're that much of a fair weather worm, that you'll shun me for pedophiles and their allies and mass murderers, people who starve kids, people who starve children to death. So you can put on makeup and act like an airhead? So you can lie about God in your churches, mosques, and synagogues? If you're that much of a worm, You can fucking go to hell. And I hope you cook and suffer to the fucking extreme forever. And everyone like you. Because as they say, it's people like you that shun Jesus Christ. It's people like you who are the reason why they call it the prostitute that rode the beast. And the kind of betas, worms that they date, right? There's a reason why the word beast is beta scrambled. And the kind of brutes that roll with them. It's people like you people. And people like you Lucifer types, Lucifer from the TV show types, who get together with a bunch of dweebs, dorks, and geeks and say, hey, let's fume them, guys. Yes, let's fume them, yes. So we can seem superior in this social club. And every accent, every nation and race version of that. Some kind of pompous, suit-wearing buffoon. Some kind of arrogant, educated idiot. Some kind of scientific worm with no sense. All that science, and you have a fucking despicable brain. What the fuck is going on with you people? You talk about your cultural values. What values? What, Sin City? The rotten apple? Human trafficking in Southern California and Texas? All over this country, really. What values? Abusing immigrants, right? Abusing the poor and pretending you're fucking important? Those values, you sick fucks? What values are you fighting for? What, racism? Being a conservative hick? Being a rich conservative demon? What? Supporting Donald Trump? What, supporting Joe Do Nothing Biden? Being a libertarian is just another party modeled after the first two? Corruption, stupidity, useless, immoral. What values? I'd love to hear it. Your churches that used to, uphold, slavery? Your racist church? What fucking values? An organized crime? A child molestation? Stepfathers? Boy Scouts? The churches? What, mental health? Oh boy, right? The word therapist is a play on words for the rapist. The first part of the word rapist. It's not even scrambled. It's right there. The rapist, therapist. After the system rapes them, the therapist does damage control. Get psychology and psychiatry from Psyche, who was a slut in Greco-Roman mythology, was passed around. Look at Pan and Psyche. Her panties, she panics, Pan. Pandemic, pandemonium. Well, what fucking values? What values are worth valuing? You're liars, you're hypocrites. America's a den of fucking robbers, where kids get their assholes stretched. What fucking values?